Okay, so I'm doing a quick celebrity reading on Rick Ross because he posted a picture on Instagram, and even though he looks pretty good, it just lost. I noticed that he lost a lot of weight very fast, and it kind of scared me. The way that he was looking, just he looked like he'd been going through something serious with his health. So basically, what the reading is telling me is that Rick Ross basically needs to get himself together. He definitely needs to break away from some of the bad habits that he's doing because um, he's still involved in some things, maybe as far as his eating. He might be dabbling in maybe some pills or some things like that that's not really doing his health any justice. I do feel like he has done a lot better with his health in the past few years than he has in a long time. But I also feel like, even though the doctors advised him that it wasn't a good idea, that he should cut out, certain things that he eats, alcohol and things like that, I feel like he was still kind of going behind a lot of people's back, still doing things that aren't. And probably some of his friends and people that he hang out with didn't even know that he's probably still doing some things. Um, I'm not saying that he's like uh, just completely in a hard drugs and doing this and that. But I do feel like from the past, maybe I think in the past he used to do like lean or something like that. I think that that has had an effect on his body, and the fact that um, he kind of drinks from time to time because we still see him with the little cups sometimes. I feel like it's kind of caused his body to go into some type of shock. Um, I do feel like he was definitely rushed to the hospital, and also see the Tower card, which is the destruction card. Um, that tells me that Rick Ross was close to dying. I feel like he was definitely close to dying. Had they not got there when they got there and got him to the hospital, we probably would have been hearing some bad news about him. Um, this card, I don't know if his companion, if he's seeing anyone, if they might have been the reason why the cops were called, or the ambulance or whoever was called to his house. I kind of feel like it had something to do with maybe a girlfriend or somebody was there, and they just got scared and saw him there and just took action and got him some help. Also, I feel like Rick Ross is definitely still not really listening to his body. He's not really 100% listening to the doctors. Now, hopefully, after all of this happening, I hope that he does take some consideration into what they're saying, and start doing some better things as far as his health. But this card tells me that he's still ignoring, which what led to this moment. The reason for this moment happening in his life was because he wasn't listening. Um, he was still doing some things, probably a little bit of drinking, probably not. We know he owns those Wingstop, so he's probably, still indulging in Wingstop from time to time, which he probably should completely change his eating habits. Um, I do feel like these two cards are definitely telling me that he was definitely rushed to the hospital, and had he not gotten to a doctor, um, and done what he was supposed to, and gotten the help and everything like that, I do feel like he probably would have, he probably would have died. Um, I do feel like this card also tells me that um, I feel like he was on some type of machine. I do feel like he might have been on a respirator or something. I do feel, I know that they said that he wasn't on any machine or anything like that. I believe he was. I feel like they're just covering that up. And this is also where the High Priestess card comes in. That's a card of secret. So I feel like he's holding back information because, of course, he doesn't want a lot of people worrying about him. He doesn't want to, um, he wants to seem tougher than what he is. And so I do see from my intuition, and I'm honestly reading this from my intuition. My intuition is telling me that he was probably on a machine, because if he wasn't on a machine, if he wasn't, in a serious state that, you know, people were speculating that he was in, then we would have seen him putting stuff on his. Now, somebody else was running his Instagram. He was not running his own Instagram the past week. Somebody else that works with his team was posting on his Instagram, and they were pics, you know, posting a lot of his old pictures and stuff like that. If his condition wasn't as serious as they're saying that it wasn't, um, then he would have definitely been posting and doing his own stuff. You know, I do feel like Rick Ross was fighting for his life. I really do see that he was fighting for his life, and that's just me going on my intuition. He was definitely fighting for his life. The doctors and they were really working overtime trying to get this man, bring him back. Um, like I said, we probably won't really ever know the real reason or what he was going through when he was in there. But I'm here to tell y'all, Rick Ross is sick. That man is sick. And if he doesn't take a hold of his health, he probably won't make it too much longer. If he doesn't do what these doctors are telling him what to do, because he is definitely sick. I think he's a lot sicker than what he's telling everybody. And my thing to Rick Ross will be is to take care of yourself, take care of your health. Um, I know I'm not a doctor, I don't know it all, but so far 99% of my readings have been coming true, and I just feel like, intuitively speaking, I definitely feel like your health is in danger. Get yourself together, leave the alcohol alone, leave the pills alone, leave the salty foods alone. Leave it alone, because if you don't, the next time will be your last. So, yeah, take care of yourself, and yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Thank y'all so much, and have a blessed one. Be back with the next celebrity reading soon. Bye.